Welcome to the Big BoneYard. Enter at your own risk.
Hello. Good evening. Happy Sunday to everybody out there that's checking us out. Welcome to the Big BoneYard. I'm Big Bone 1%er from the most wonderful Outcast MC, and we're going to have a very good show tonight. Y'all done heard me talk a lot of times about my wise-isms, and I'm saying all this stuff that I be saying, and I say, hey, my brother wise this, my brother wise that, and da-da-da-da-da, and y'all done heard me say it a million times. Everything from the round table and here on the Big BoneYard. So let me, first of all, say a very special thank you and a welcome to the Big BoneYard to my brother, Wise 1%er from Outcast MC, from the mighty All Black Nation of Outcast MC. I'm very excited, y'all. Y'all can't tell, but I'm all giggly and whatnot about this right now. But Wise 1%er from Outcast MC, our lifer, bro. Welcome to the doggone BoneYard, man.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Man, well, look, so let me begin with doing just a little bit of housekeeping. And look, we got Wise on the line, so I am not going to waste none of his time because I'm just extremely glad that he's here. So we ain't going to waste no time. But just to cover a few things. So first thing, my disclosure. So I do this, been doing this every week just to make sure we're real clear. You know, I talk about a lot of different stuff. We go over a lot of subjects. Nothing that's out of pocket or anything I'm not supposed to be talking about, but I want to be real clear. What we do on the BoneYard is the opinions of myself, people like Wise, the folks that come here. These are our opinions. You know, we love our club. We love our club. But this is just our word. This ain't the word. We do not speak for the club. We're speaking for Big Bone 1%er and anybody who chooses to come on here and chop it up with us, you know. So there's that. Along with that, y'all see my pretty shirt. So Fran Hash got me this shirt. Fran Hash, the law firm, we love y'all. Absolutely love y'all. We appreciate the love and support that you have, not just for the Big BoneYard, but also for the entire MC community in the state of Florida. Also, COC Bike Night. If y'all live in the area, Thursday night, come on out. It's a place called Thunder Tavern. It's on 54 in Pasco County, but y'all should come on out because that is live every month. We do it the first Thursday of every month. And real quick, my birthday party. That was Friday night. If y'all was here, you already know it was live as all hell. I want to say thank you to everybody that came out. Matter of fact, hold on, wait, check it. So Phoenix, look, thank you for this thing. This is a very, very nice bottle of wine because, you know, y'all be seeing me sipping here. So Phoenix and some of her girls from Tampa came through and bought this and a lot of other things from a lot of other folks, man. I just appreciate it greatly. And along with that, y'all heard that real cool music that we got to listen to. That was from Myron Mosley and Phoenix, who I mentioned just a minute ago with the bottle of wine. They did a great job with the music and the video and all that kind of stuff. So things are coming together really, really nicely by these folks who affectionately call themselves the Bonehead, because the Boneheads, excuse me, because they're people that follow Big Bone 1%er and from the other show to this one. So y'all Boneheads, keep doing what you're doing, man. I really dig that. Anyway, this is the part where I'm going to shut the hell up and a little bit and start talking to my brother Wise for a little bit so we can kind of chop it up a little something. But having said that, Wise, man, first of all, how the hell are you, man?
I'm fine. I'm fine, man. All is well.
I talked my ass off just then, right? I just had all this stuff I had to cover, you know, the how they call it, the legalities, you know, official stuff and all like that. I had to cover that stuff right quick. But I wanted to tell you, man, when I kind of leaked the word a little bit that to some of the folks that follow us that you was going to be coming through. Well, matter of fact, I didn't even say it was you. I just described you, and I know a lot of folks that's been following me for a while was hoping it was you. I got several messages saying, I hope it's that brother Wise you always talking about. So yeah, so for those of y'all who asked, yeah, it is him. Ha! I can keep a secret, damn it. But anyway, as a result of that, man, there's a ton of questions that folks have been hitting me up Specifically, they want to know from you. I wrote them down. Oh, by the way, one more thing. Ice from Los Gypsies out of Canada. This brother rode down from our support club in Canada to come all the way down here for the birthday party. But of course, that's a long trip. His ass was beat by the time he got to Orlando. Didn't make it to the party, but he's still in Florida. So we're going to catch up with our brothers from up north who happen to be way down south right now. So, hey, Ice, we definitely going to see you. You're going to come by the house. We're going to party it up a little something. We're going to do a little thing. But anyway, Wise, I got to get to some of these questions, brother, because there's a lot of them chosen especially just for you. That's how they say it on the game shows and whatnot. But let me see here. I'm going to pull some of these up. Also, there's going to be some folks calling in. Speaking of which, if you want to call in, what's the phone number? The phone number is, if you want to call in and ask a question of Wise or myself, the phone number to call us in is 310-870-8994. And I'll put that up in just a second if I can figure out how to do it again on this fancy smancy computer thing that we got going on here. But anyway, let me get to some of these questions for you, brother. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, first question, Wise. This is a good question. It says, hey, it's labeled first five. This is from Zeus, from Boogie Down MC.
Okay.
And he wants to know, with first five, to start an existing club is a good one. He goes, what's the difference between, and it's a two-part question, I guess, what's the difference between a 1%er and a 99 club, if there is one? And then there's a second part to that question. I'll come to that in a second. But in your opinion, what is that, sir? The first question. So the difference between a 1%er club and a 99%er club.
Well, in my opinion, as you said before, they're two clubs. They're both clubs. Now, the 99 club, those clubs are the commitment. It's a level of commitment. On both of these clubs, they're both groups. So the 99% club has a different level of commitment, and the 1%er club, and that's a commitment. That's a different level of commitment. The commitment there is a lifetime commitment. So much so that you're willing to forego anything else in your life except for the club. The club comes at the forefront of your life. I mean, if your brother's having a birthday, your biological brother's having a birthday, but something's taking place in the club, then you as a 1%er are interested in what's going on in your club. If the 99%, if your brother's having a birthday and your biological brother's having a birthday and your club is having something, then more than likely you're going to be at your family's event, your brother's birthday party. The level of commitment by which you commit is the determining factor, in my opinion, as to the 1% versus the 99%.
You know, I think it was last week, and that's a hell of a good perspective, brother. I think that oh, hold on, let me put. I got buttons. Hold on. See what you said was dope. I get to push these buttons. It's kind of cool. But no, man. I think it was last week. Somebody asked the difference between a rider and a biker, and that kind of sounds like, and it was a similar sort of a thing, in the sense that the rider, you know, some of these cats, you know, maybe they ride the motorcycle, maybe they don't, you know, maybe it's got some dust on it, maybe it don't, but it ain't gonna change their personality, their mood, and nothing else. You know, you talking about a biker. Man, a biker gonna get real funny acting if he can't be on his bike. If his bike is sitting around long enough to get some dust on it, he gonna have a problem. He might need to go take a Prozac or God knows what, because he ain't gonna be right until he get on them two wheels. You know, but then also the biker, there's a level of commitment to those people that he rides with. A rider, he might be out there messing around by himself, nothing to it. A biker, he's got folks, he's got friends. And then there's the, you know, what I call the real bikers, you know, us, who, you know, we have a family. You know, that patch means so much more to it. But, you know, I'm not trying to answer all the question for you, but I feel you is what I'm trying to say there. Speaking of which, so there's a second part to this question, which didn't have nothing to do with the first part of it, by the way. But look at here, he's saying, The second part of his question was choosing the right five. And I think what he's talking about is putting together a new club, choosing the right five and what to do when one or most of them decide to leave during the process. That's a super loaded question too. Why you got to come like that, Zeus? So did you understand the question on that one?
Well, I think I got the gist of the question, and the question is from what I'm understanding it to be is that you're starting a newer club. This club is just an infant; it's never existed, starting from scratch. With that being said, now that first five is critical because it takes that first five to make the club official. But however, it that first five has to be obligated almost to the point that that club it's their baby. It starts out that way. Um, it's crucial because that's the foundation of the club. Those first five people are going to formulate a lot of the rules, the charisma, the bones of that club. You know, when the bones are essential, it forms the character of the club, well, the integrity, and it sets the pace by which the club will travel. I mean, it is that five will be the determining factor for that club for the next 25, 30, 40, 50 years to come.
Right on. What if some of those guys, let's say that first five, and I guess this was part of his question, which was what to do when one or most of them decide to leave during the process? I got an opinion on that, but what do you think?
Well, if they choose to, first of all, most clubs are formed from a group of people who have the same ideology and belief. That's number one. So your core values are essentially somewhat um, in line with each other. Now, so say three people decide to leave for whatever reason. Now the club has to find some other people that their core values align with them.
Right on.
That's kind of heavy because now you started out one way and maybe the club is starting to change. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of mitigating factors there, but should that happen, you when you formulate the club, you have to start out with one core belief what everybody in that group can subscribe to. If 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 that belief is that we're going to always ride the speed limit, and you other people say, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do something different. Well, this is not the club for you. If you can maintain that core value, you have to start with the core value of the club in order to build a successful club. If
Yeah.
that's in my opinion is the only way, because if you don't keep the same core value, you will move the integrity of the club around and around to anybody that comes into the organization. They're thus endangering the club's well-being because this person likes to go fast and because this person has the means by which they have a faster motorcycle than everybody else. So
Right.
now everybody got to go to their pace. Then another person comes into the club, um, they're wealthy. So all of a sudden now their wealth dictates the value and the, the, the tone of the club. I would say just the main key factor in my opinion is to start with a group of values that everyone can subscribe to and maintain for if any reason that those values change, it has to be man, I mean it's like the constitution.
Yeah.
It's really the anchor of the club. And if you don't want to get away from the core values because then you take a chance of losing the identity of the club, which you work so hard to obtain.
You
That's
know,
just my
I
opinion.
was saying, and thank you again. Hold on. I'm learning the button. I'm learning the button. I'm going to keep hitting that button, man. But no, I think another time we was just having this conversation again. So we're going to repeat some stuff here and there. But we was talking about bikes and about, you know, how you travel and everything. And one of the things that came up was, or I pointed out, I said, well, hey, the way we get down is, you know, you travel as far as the smallest gas tank. So if you got somebody who can't get but 150 miles off that tank, guess what? Everybody's going to travel about 150 miles till it's time to go get some gas. And but you know, that's where that brotherhood kind of thing kicks in, because, you know, if your brother ain't there, hey, I'll meet you where you at. I'm gonna meet you where you at, you know, and if there's a way to help him come up a little something, maybe there's an opportunity for him to get a bigger, better, faster bike. I'm not gonna knock him because he ain't there yet, you know, unless of course on day one, that's what we all said we're doing, you know. But I'm with you. I think in regard to that first five, I think the first five can be crucial. I've met dudes in my lifetime, actually several, said, "Oh yeah, well, you know, we might start talking about a certain club that's kind of a big deal nowadays. You know, 2022, that's a big, a well-known club, or they got some stuff going on, or you know, they're the envy of everybody on the set type of thing." And there's always some guy, yeah, you know, I was going to get with them way back when. I was one of the first probies. I was one of the first members, but I decided that I wasn't going to do it, or I was too busy, or I didn't like this, or the number one reason, my wife wouldn't let me.
Yeah,
right. That
very
was
big reason, right?
the wife wouldn't let me, and I'm like, so. But total sidebar: if your wife won't let you get down with your motorcycle club, you know, you don't need a motorcycle anyway. And I'll tell your wife that she's a lesbian because she's married to a bitch. It's just the way I feel, man. You know, but for real, I know you done met them dudes before. But all
make sure they skirt straight.
You know, I'm saying. Doggone, yeah, Zeus hit us with a couple men. Zeus, if you're watching, how come you didn't like give us just some easy, you know, like little softball questions, man? You coming out here with the fastballs and complicated technical stuff. But anyway, but one thing that Zeus said is he said, as a newbie on the set, he definitely has questions, so he's going to keep throwing them, and basically he appreciates the knowledge and the education that he gets from us. So Zeus, good looking, man. We appreciate your questions. And let's see who was next. Next is let's see. Where was it? Let me see here. Nope, wrong one. Hold on. I'm looking now. Okay. All right. I'm looking on the wrong platform because they was hitting us up from all over the place. Let me see if I can find them. Okay. From Mike McCoy. Mike McCoy said, okay. Hey, all right. I know you're going to like this. Okay. So traveling and trying to pass 1%ers from Mike McCoy. And I'll tell you, no, my bad. That's from Pablo, from our friends over there at. Speaking of which, fellas, thank you for the gift. That's from Pablo, from Doggone, from Rare Breed, and he said, traveling, trying to pass 1%ers, breaking their formation. People with a patch on need to understand, if you have a patch, it's deemed that you know protocol. So what's the proper protocol if you want to pass 1%ers on the highway? And what if anything, if you break your own formation? What if you do something to break theirs? What's that all about?
Well, as he said before, it's a protocol to it. The key to it is it's a two-part from my perspective. One is that the group, the 1%ers, the group that you're actually passing, that they are abreast of the protocol themselves. Number two, because you have new guys in the pack that might not really be familiar with certain things, might not have done it. So I always try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And then the second thing that is that people that get into this world and start entering into it, they should do their due diligence and, you know, try to get themselves in line with education and you know, get the right knowledge, because it makes it better for them. It makes it for everybody else. quintessentially, you come up and you acknowledge to pass the pack. And my standard, what I believe in, is that you're escorted past the pack. So therefore, it is no possible can any action can be misconstrued. And so if a person escorts you past the pack, then your behavior is pretty much monitored by the person that's escorting you. So
Right.
another person inside of your pack can't be offended because of this person's actions, and you do that to mitigate the circumstances. Like, hey, he came by me too fast, or he came too close. Well, that can't take place if you're escort, because the escort controls the rhythm, the beat, and it gets you past his pack, get you on about your business.
Got you.
That's just my opinion.
Now, what about now in that circumstance? And I know exactly what you're talking about. And I know some of the folks that are listening know they got you the first time. Some folks are kind of new to this, so they might not get it. So my next question is, in regard to that same situation, who is it in the circumstance where somebody's going to escort these cats? Let's say bunch of guys on the road, bunch of big old 1% club, and everybody know them. Oh my God, there they go. These cats want to pass. And this is we're speaking about another club, not some Joe Blow guy who's on his way back from Daytona for Bike Week, who, 75 years old, I'm talking about clubs, MC stuff.
Mhm.
Anyway, they go to pass. Who is it in the case of an escort that's supposed to escort them? Is it a specific individual, or do you play it by ear, or is it just whoever's at the back of the pack, or like who does that?
Well, normally the person's at the back of the pack, and my experience is there for a reason. With
Okay.
that being said, that he knows that it's his job. In dealing with a large pack, more than likely it's going to be two escorts. It's going to be a person who's in the front and getting them by, because you got to remember, when the guy looks beside and he sees this, is his perception, is this a problem? Well, when he looks over there, first thing that he sees is a person that looks like him, smells like him, is him. That perception is okay. That is no problem, because we got this. It's one of us in front, and the reason that you have a person in the back is to solidify that when this pack passes, is that, hey, all of them are gone away, and it's back. We back to our own little world and our own little thing, and we go back to what we're doing.
Right. I know. I was on my way back from the roundup a few years ago from Louisiana or Mississippi or something. I think it was Gulfport. Anyway, coming back, this big old crowd is a pack. It was just me and a few other people, a very small group. And but, of course, I'm flying. And so for those, flying means I'm wearing my rags. Rags means I'm wearing my cut. Cut means I'm wearing a vest that's got my club information on the back. I'm being funny right now, but anyway, but yeah, it was just myself and a few other folks. We riding, and a specific club came up called Hell's Egos. Guys were straight. They came up. Boom, came up to in the middle lane. We're in the far left lane, of course. They came up in the middle lane, came up on the man to the back, and just stayed there. I saw him, but didn't see him. I was doing my thing, wasn't really thinking about him. It's like a mile or two later, I glanced, and they're still there. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. So I looked to the back, made a little signal to the cat to the back, and he looked over. He was waiting for me to tell him what to do. I didn't realize that. So I give him the, hey, go ahead, let him pass. So he broke out, just like you said. He pulls over, gives them the, hey, go ahead, come with me. They all fall in with him. He pulls them up to the front. He stopped. And this is, for those of y'all that's listening, this is what we call proper procedure, right? So he escorts that whole pack, and it was probably about 35 of them. Wait, there was more of them than it was us. Pulled them up. They stopped. When they got to the front of the pack, it was me and the other person right here, pulled up like this, looked over. I give them the go ahead, and boom, they went ahead and piped on and went on about their business, and ran into them about 2 states away or something like that, them same cats. We chopped it up for a little bit. Everything was cool. Nothing, nothing exciting. But the thing that struck me about it was these cats was so conditioned to do things properly that they didn't know how to do it otherwise. Because I've seen cats say, "Oh, that's only 3 or 4 of them. Forget them. We ain't gonna do it the right way."
Right.
But you know what? People that have come up the proper way in this lifestyle, people that actually understand protocol, tradition, and things like that, they do it the right way. There is a option. I shouldn't say option, but the other thing I've seen is like this though. I've seen that pack come up. They see the guy. They see the tail gunner, which we refer to him sometimes as a tail gunner. That's the guy all the way in the back.
Mm-hmm.
They come up to the tail gunner, and they look over to the tail gunner like, "Hey, am I good to go?" If the tail gunner says, "Yeah, go ahead," then they're going to move up. Now, they're not going to go 150 miles an hour blowing past this pack. They're going to go at a moderate, progressively, slightly faster speed so that their group can move up past, or not past, but even with the front of your pack. Once they do that, they're going to maintain that position until you tell them, fall back, get the hell out of here, or go on about your business.
Right.
So either of those situations, that's how you do it. So again, that was another excellent question. And, and if anybody has any, more, they want to get into that a little bit more, then please feel welcome to. Looks like we have a caller. Let's see who this is. Hey, hello, and thank you for calling the Big BoneYard. Who is this? Where you calling from? Who you with?
Yes, this is Black Dragon, the Midnight Ghost Rider from Charleston, West Virginia.
Hey, what's going on, Black Dragon? I remember you.
Oh, nothing.
I said you was from South Carolina last time.
Yeah, you sure did.
Everybody and their mother told me. Wrong state.
I was just wanting to clear something up with you. It really was my fault when I was, okay, you remember I was telling you how much I love black and stuff.
Yeah.
And this and that. And you're absolutely right. There's more to that than wearing black. And I have an old school cat who's a dominant here in my state. I ain't gonna put his name, but he took me up under his wing, and I really appreciate it. And it's way more than what you were saying. You're right. It's more than that, than wearing black. But I didn't get a chance. I was like, I just wanted to clear that with you and stuff. Yeah. And I know a lot. I know a lot more than what I just only can tell you, but so much. There's a lot of things I can't say, but and I'm still learning, and I just wanted to clear that with you, and just to get that off my chest.
Yo, Black Dragon.
Everybody can wear black.
Yeah, no, I feel you, Black Dragon. Let me catch my brother up to speed because he wasn't with us last week. So what happened was, last week we was having a great show. Don't go nowhere. Stay on here, Black Dragon. But what happened is last week we was having a show, and we was talking about a few different things. And Black Dragon, this is different. I know you thinking the same thing we thought. Not Black Dragon from Black Sabbath. This is Black Dragon, different club, different state. But from Charleston, West Virginia. Okay. Yeah. Not South Carolina. I didn't say South Carolina. I don't know what y'all talking about. I said West Virginia. Anyway. But anyway.
That's right.
So one of the things he gave us some accolades. He was like, man, since a long time ago, he had an affinity for Outkast, and he mentioned, he goes, I wear all black. I have a whole closet full of all black, toward that effect. And I took that as man, yeah, we wear black. And he was saying, man, I love this thing. And that's, that makes sense to me. And so I'm hearing that, and I'm hearing to myself. Matter of fact, the other Black Dragon even told me, no, I think there's more to him than just what you heard, because I've known him for a minute. But anyway, so what it was, I went on my little tantrum tirade, not even all that bad, but I went on my little tirade about, man, there's more to it than just wearing black. We wear black, yeah, but we're out here, our sweat and our soul and our hearts, and I went all on, like that. And I think all this brother wanted to say is that he got some love for Outkast, and I kind of,
Right, that's what yes. Thank you, Bone. Thank you. I got mad love for you guys.
That's what's up, man.
That's what it was, man. I listen to the music, and I be bumping y'all music because it's hard.
Yo, I do too. I can't lie. I do all the time.
Yeah.
I know that's right. Well, hey, I don't want to hold you up, and because I know you got other callers, so I have to respect that,
Man, thank you so much.
And I love you guys. Man, thank you, Jesus, for y'all, man. Because I just, God, man, hey, I take this seriously, man. And you, Black Dragon, and the brother, I can't remember his name. Hey, all of y'all, man, you got my heart, man. And just thank you, man, for doing what you're doing. Because you're always learning constantly. I don't know everything, but I'm willing to listen. You know, I'm willing to listen. I'm a good listener. You know, and thank you, man, for the knowledge and everything what y'all brothers are doing. And I love you, brother. And can I see some money right now?
Yeah, man, please. I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of it, brother. We appreciate the support.
Okay. Yes, sir. And I'm gonna get off here because I know you got other callers, and you know I don't want to be greedy. I just wanted to clear that up with you. Man. And you take care. I'm gonna sit here, kick back, and watch the show. I'm gonna send you some bread right now as we speak.
Man, love and respect, brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother.
All right.
Later, man. Man, that's all right. And so you know, when people call from South Carolina, no, just kidding. no, West Virginia. No, that's what's up, man. I definitely appreciate that. But that was a great conversation. That was just last week. And but let me see. So you got some more questions here. So from South Florida Motorcycle Rides on Instagram, South Florida Motorcycle Rides says, talk about whole clubs. Oh, you're gonna love this. So South Florida says, Wise, we want you to talk about whole clubs pulling up in cages or members not owning motorcycles that are actually in a motorcycle club. Wait, wrong button. Hold on, wait. That's the button for that one.
Yeah. Well, the response to that is, how can you be something that you ain't? Man, listen. And that's what causes so much. People say, why do diamond holders or 1%ers look at certain things? We go back to common sense, man. Should you call an apple tree an apple if it don't bear apples? No,
okay.
Because if you do, then you're the fool. So anytime you look at a tree and the tree, it says it's an apple tree, but it doesn't put off any apples, but yet and still you call it an apple tree.
Right.
You're the fool, because now you're saying that you're a biker, you don't own a bike. You show up everywhere you go, you're in a cage.
Right.
Bikers are different kind of people. So for you to claim this and then for you not to operate in that era, no bike, always in a car, how can you say that you're the same as a guy who rides a bike? You can't, because it's just too many. It's too many things involved. I mean, I've had accidents on motorcycles, and if I was in a car, I wouldn't have had those accidents. So you're gonna tell me that me and you got something in common, but every time I see you, you don't need a helmet because you are in a cage? That doesn't work for me.
What if it was a really cool car though?
Well, you know what?
No, I'm just like,
it's still got four wheels, and it can be a Bentley. It ain't a motorcycle.
No, I hear you. Yo, I see that, and it cracks me up sometimes. I've gone to some different things. Some folks say, "Oh, you know, come on through." So you know how we are. We never announce our what we call the truth. Oh, by the way, for some of y'all, some folks out here threw in. Let me take a look. See, some folks that was yelling "Semper Fi." You know, y'all know I'm a proud member of my beloved Marine Corps. Wise is as well. So y'all got two Marines on here tonight. So for those of y'all that said, hey, like Lissa was saying, hey, to Wise and Big Bone, and Myron Mosley, who did our music. Oh, stand by 1 second. We got Black Dragon calling in. All right, hold on. Dragon, I'm going to hit you right back. I promise you, I'm going to hit you right back in a second. But yeah, so Myron Mosley, who helped us with the music and some other stuff, man, it's great looking. Stand by 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hey, thank you for calling the Big BoneYard. Doggone, you got a Big Bone 1%er and you got Wise 1%er on the line, and this looks like somebody I know.
This Flavor, man.
I thought this was Flavor. Flavor, what's good, brother?
I don't know it, man. I just want to, I'm watching you, checking you out.
Right
I
on.
want to give you props, you know. Keep
Man.
teaching that shit.
Man, hey, that's what's up, man. It's good to see you. How's your bike, man?
Oh, it's good.
I'm
It's
watching
in
it.
your park.
Okay, all right. I was going to say because look, your bike was okay. So once upon a time, so Flavor was with a club called One Fist. That's one of our support clubs, and I was this years ago. I was with the support club, and we was going to Miami or something like that, and my bike had one of them big old what was that? I had a 240 tire on the back, and my tire caught a flat and and I had to go back and forth to the stores to get all the stuff and all like this. I'm like, oh Lord, what am I gonna do? And Flavor said, here, and it was like something off the movies, man. Well, Flavor said, hey, and he held up the fob to his bike and he goes, hey, take my bike. And I said, what's that? He said, that's the fob to my bike. I said, oh Lord, man, let me tell you. I think I want to say you had a 107, and it was in your street glide. It was a street glide with a 107 in it. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you, smooth as glass, blacked out from the front to the back. I started to just go home. I'm like, look, damn, man, I'm playing on this dude's bike, and this is a nice bike. I'm like, he can fix mine, and he can figure out how to, Anyway, I didn't steal his bike, but I appreciated it, man. And we had many a good time together, man. Thanks for checking in with us, man. How you doing? You doing good?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. I just let you know I was watching you, give you props, let you know I'm always watching.
Man, that's what's up.
Respect, man.
And thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. You still beating your kids all the time? I'm just playing. I said, you still beating your kids all the time? I was just playing.
Every chance I get, I'm beating the hell out of them. No, we just playing.
Yeah. Yo, man, good looking, brother. I appreciate hearing from you, man.
All right.
All right, now. Yeah, Flavor, that's a good dude, real good dude right there. But so let me see if we can take a look, see back. So we talked about South Florida. All right, so we got somebody else who is saying, okay, this is porking up the chop. FTW, porking up the chop. FTW, that's on Instagram, is saying, would you talk about support clubs, support civilians? What is the actual purpose or job of support? And why would a support club that you could never join instead of supporting a club that you could eventually become a patch holder in? Okay, I didn't even understand that, and I just read it. So, I was with him up until a minute there, but I'll try it again. Let's see. Would you talk about support? Well, we'll keep it simple. Would you talk about support clubs, support civilians? What is the actual purpose or job of support, and why would you support a club that you could never join? Okay. What about that? And there's more to, like, I read it, but kind of lost me after a minute.
Well,
what do you think, brother?
I mean, there again, we go back to what we said earlier. Some people can't join a club, so they support a club. Now, why are you not able to join a club? Certain things are happening in people's lives that they can't join a club because the commitment to a club, especially a 1% club, we talked about the level of commitment. It has to be, if your biological brother is having a birthday, but your club is having something and your club needs you. In my opinion, that being with your club is more important than being with your brother. So some people can't make that commitment. It's my belief that you have to, motorcycling and club support, you have to do it at your pace.
Right.
If you can't be that committed to a club, then the support personnel is the next best thing.
Yeah.
So that in itself is a benefit, but you would be doing your club a disservice, yourself a disservice if you said that I'm gonna be a part of something you really can't.
Right.
Because it's I mean the importance of what you're doing, that in itself, you can't just say I'm gonna be here sometime. Even in the 99% world, people are depending on you. If you're asked to do something, you're a patch holding member of a club, you need to do it. And that goes back to some people, they can't make that commitment. And so they're supporters. A support personnel is not the same as critical staff. So I mean, if you got the keys to the arena and you're supposed to open it for the NFL, the Super Bowl, you're critical staff. But the guy that's parking cars, he's not critical staff. Some of those cars are not going to get parked that day. But for the person that's got to open up the arena, he's got to be there. So that's, in my opinion, that's where the support personnel comes in and the support clubs come in. That's just
Right on. Right on. So Mark Payne from Australia says, "Good day." Wait, let me do it. Good day, Big BoneYard. That's my Australian accent. I was trying real hard. Have a great show. Watching from Melbourne, Australia. So, hey, for all y'all bikies, because see, here we're bikers. In Australia, they're bikies. But look, man, good looking, man. It's good to hear from y'all, man. We got a lot of support, a lot of viewers that come from down in Australia, and we love hearing from y'all, man. We definitely love hearing from y'all cats. Let me move on to this next thing. And okay. And porking up the chop. I hope we covered that for you pretty good. Oh, you know what? I'll throw in my 2 cents on that. In regard to support club and support civilians, man, fuck what you heard. Support clubs are important in the MC community because like my brother just said, for some reason or another, it might be the level of commitment or what's necessary. It might be your job doesn't allow it or any number of things that will prevent you from being able to give the full commitment to joining a certain club. Not even just 1% club, just a MC in general. But if you dig the way we get down and you're like, hey, I like they get down. I know a couple of those cats and hey, I'm there for them when I can be. Man, that's nothing but love,
Yeah.
So it's always a place for you at the bar, come on through, and you watch out for us, we watch out for you, and it's a wonderful symbiotic relationship that it's been going on for over 100 years in America and in the other states. I know the same difference in Australia and over in the UK and some of these other places, but yeah, support is important. That's both support clubs, which is very important to us, and also support civilians, because you never know who out there in the community is going to need you, and you never know when you're going to need them. So that's the thing. We appreciate it. I definitely appreciate hearing that question, because it gave us an opportunity to kind of pontificate it on that. King Block from Miami. King Block from 305. Man, good looking. He's a real good brother down there. But he has a question. His question is, becoming an OMC, what is that? Like, how does that work? OMC.
Well, becoming one, is he saying in the aspect of joining the club or creating one of his own?
He did not. Let's cover both of those, because he wasn't real specific. He just said becoming an OMC. So first thing, let's identify for the folks that are listening, because some folks know it, some folks don't. What is an OMC?
Right. Well, that's why I asked that question. Is he saying because to become one, I mean, it's easier to become one than it is to start that from scratch, as we both know.
Yeah.
And you're talking about that to me. And when you start, that's why I wanted to get more definition of what he was saying as to, are you trying to become one, or are you trying to take a whole club and turn it into one?
Right. I see what you mean.
Because there's two different avenues by which you're going to travel. To become one, that's a personal choice, right?
Right.
And then it goes back to what I said earlier, that group, that that core value group. It's going to take that to make one, because as an individual, you can't. That's not I mean, as a person,
Yeah.
as I tell everybody, you can join one, but to start one, that's a whole different. That's a whole different animal.
No, I feel
I
you.
mean, that's a whole different animal. I ain't now anything's possible.
Yeah, right.
You just more than likely a lot of times at this stage of the game, someone starting that type of activity don't know how that's going to work out.
Well, I'll tell you like this. I was thinking, with, I guess, to do the breakdown, so to speak. So there's different types of clubs, and so we kind of get into this a lot on the other show and on the bone, excuse me, on the round table and here on this show as well. But so there's these different types of clubs, and I say the example I gave. Hey, if you and a bunch of your friends all have motorcycles and you like to get together and ride them bikes, man, that's cool. Go do that. But the second all y'all realize, hey, wait a minute, all of us work at Walmart. Let's be the Walmart riders, and you get you some blue and yellow T-shirts, and you start riding, and you're riding together, and you're going to things together. That's a little more organized, and that's okay. You can be the Walmart riders. That's fine. But when the Walmart riders decide that they saw 3-4 episodes of Sons, and man, let's do that, and they go get some vests, and they put the top rocker says Walmart Riders, and the bottom one says Florida, you done went into a whole other realm of what this motorcycle stuff means. And what you've done is you've claimed a territory. And there's things that go along with claiming a territory. And now you're, especially if you have a 3-piece patch configuration, you're claiming to be an OMC, and there's certain things that go along with that, which I'm going to delve into that in just a second. But we got Shaggy 1%er calling us on the phone, so let's see what Shaggy's talking about. So I'm going to come back to this subject. Man, Shaggy 1%er, Uncle Shaggy, thank you for calling the Big BoneYard, brother. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
And good, brother.
Good.
So you guys are talking about my favorite topic, which is OMC. And so
Let's
this
have
is
it.
one thing that is one of those learning things that kind of separates, and it's something that me and many others have tried to mesh with the white side and the black side.
Wait a minute. Let me pour some more of this delicious octopus wine that they bought me for my birthday. Hold on.
Look, man, I know I'm on here with a couple crayon eaters, so I'll take it slow.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Uncle Shaggy's a CB. Like I don't even. He ain't even Navy. That's a CB. That's different. So you know.
Yeah, we were Marines. They call us Marines on light duty, and we were well good at acquisitioning Marine Corps products.
So did you just say you were stealing from Marines?
Acquiring.
Yeah. Okay, my bad. Acquiring.
Relocating them to Lost and Found, right?
That's right.
Right on. But as you were saying, brother.
So this is one of the big differences when it comes to defining OMCs between the white side and the black side. Like, when I spoke at a park convention some years ago, the same question came up. And a couple guys from you guys' club and some guys from other clubs across the country were like, well, I kind of never, kind of look at it that way. So on the white side, OMC is Outlaw Motorcycle Club, and it's a non-sanctioned AMA club, but they're not a 1% club. Now, they also ain't a club to fuck with. Like, they're a club that stands on their own 2 feet. They're not necessarily neutral, but they're not linked up with any other club. They're like an island, like all 1% clubs should be. They are, they're sanctioned by 1% clubs, but they have a lengthy proving ground, right? Without mentioning my former club's name, they were an OMC. And it took them a lot of years. Like, we were told by a dominant club at that time, look, you guys will go to the AMA and be sanctioned by them and be a 99 club. And we're like, no, that's not how this works. We don't want anything to do with the AMA. Like, look, this is what we require. And we're like, we don't give a fuck. They're like, no, you will do this. And we're like, no. So we end up having a standoff. No shit happens. Well, when it was all said and done, we made it clear that we wanted to be sanctioned by them, and from that point on, the club grew as an OMC. Now, uh, there's trials and tribulations. Young clubs always make mistakes, the ebb and flow of club life. But when it comes to the OMC side of it, the OMC side should be just as dedicated to their motorcycle club as one percenters are. They should be just dedicated to their brothers, to their organization as a whole, and betterment of it, and also getting like-minded individuals. The 99% clubs are the family clubs and all that other shit where we're too good. Well, that's all fine and dandy. But when it comes to the OMCs, it's it's just as serious in this lifestyle as 1%. And there are so many OMCs across this country. They're probably just as important as the Diamond Club because of the example and the traditions of the old ways and the old school ideologies that were brought up from back in 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and on up. To be in an OMC, you'd better be everything that a diamond should be.
Right on. Well, I think so on the black side, and you're it's not too much different, except for on the black side, when we're talking about OMCs have, and it's pretty similar. OMCs, a legit OMC on the black side has nothing to do with the AMA. The AMA is never a thing that even comes in the conversation.
The same with the white side.
Yeah. And so, and the other thing, so traditionally, I'm going to say, as far as the history of it, so, man, all right, I'm going to try not to take up too much time with this. So historically, what happened is once upon a time when the AMA was everything, and Harley and Norton and Yamaha and Suzuki and all these motorcycle companies used to have these events that they'd sponsor. They'd do it through the AMA. And if you was the best dressed couple, because this was a hoity-toity thing back then, you had to, people didn't have extra. Nobody had no extra money to go buying a motorcycle. That was a recreational thing that most folks didn't have money for 100 years ago. So if you had a little extra money, you was doing good, you would go and buy a motorcycle, take your old lady. You wear those matching ice cream suit looking like things with the matching hats and all like that. And your bike would be extra clean and you show up. And if you were the best dressed couple, no kidding, you would get a big old round patch. That was the first place patch was the bigger the prize, the bigger the patch. So when all this stuff happened, when we had this big falling out with the AMA in 1941 as a result of Hollister, the Hollister, so-called Hollister riots.
Yeah.
Say again? 47 was 47.
1947.
So 1947, where you had this issue in Hollister. So a lot of these guys who were deemed as 99% of the motorcyclists are law-abiding citizens, but 1% of them are outlaws. So those guys who the AMA was talking about was like, well, man, we ain't playing with y'all no more. So they took those big, pretty patches that many of them had won that they used to wear on the back of their vest, because there was no cuts and rags back then. They cut them up to be disrespectful. They cut them up, and they cut them up into 3 pieces to show I'm not with you. I don't like what you stand for, AMA. So over a lot of years, it developed from I'm being disrespectful to the AMA because I don't like you to, hey, I'm an OMC. I'm one of those folks you was talking about, AMA. So now that top piece, instead of just being a piece of something that they cut off, they put the name of their club on the top. That's what we call top rocker. Bottom rocker says, where you from? That center patch is your image, your logo, your center patch, however you want to call it. We call it by different names. But that's what that center patch, that's where that came from, right? So now so like we say, if you with that shit, then if you with all that shit and you want all that smoke, you're gonna wear a 3-piece patch, maybe with an MC cube or an M and a C, depending on where you're from, but you're gonna have a 3-piece patch and once upon a time, that 3-piece patch meant that you was with the shit. You was a part of the OMC. You were an OMC, and if you slapped a diamond on, then you was all the shit, right?
Yeah.
That's how it was.
So that diamond didn't show up until the 60s.
Yeah. I'm saying it wasn't overnight.
That was an angel thing, and it kind of grew from there. It's one of those things like the two terms I hate used for one percenters is thug and fucking gangster. We're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
thugs, we're not gangsters. We're men that will fuck you up for disrespecting us. That's how it works. You leave us alone, we leave you alone.
Man, it's jailhouse rules, man.
We'll give you well, and that kind of hurts us too. Jailhouse rules is not necessarily.
Well, what I mean by that is,
neither.
well, let me say this. So, and this is coming from a guy who I've been to jail, and I don't consider myself to be no kind of a thug or nothing like that, right? But and the thing is when I say it's jailhouse rules, I mean that in jail, the thing is, and you know, I don't brag about it, but I did well in jail because I'm a biker. The way they got down in jail wasn't anything different than what I understand. And here's the craziness. So jailhouse rules are predicated on two things: respect and strength. That's it.
Right.
Everything else is hyperbole. Nothing else is important. Those two things, everything in the jailhouse is predicated on respect and strength. On the set, in the MC community, everything's respect is based on respect. I mean, from the way that we did the show last week. You know, Shaggy, the show last week was approaching one percenters, and what did we come up with? Hey, act like a man, carry yourself like a man, introduce yourself like a man. You know, it's about being a grown ass man. You get it the way that you give it.
Yourself.
Yeah. So that's what I mean when I say jailhouse rules. But the thing is, though, go ahead.
About the thug and the gangsters, you know, I did a deal about defining thug, gangster, biker, you know, the whole thing, and the whole issue is one percenters, man. You give them, like, going back to the AMA and the 1% diamond, all that shit like that, and go back to Tecate and '69 with the press and all that shit like that. You go back to all that history. But the thing is, you give bikers, OMC bikers, because all the clubs that were the 3-piece patcher or the considered the 1% back then, they were all OMCs, and a lot of them were 1-piece patch clubs, you know, and a lot of them are still around. But the thing is, it was, you give them something that really elevates them in a sense where they're like, you know what, you're going to call us this, well, check this out. This is what we're going to do with it. That's kind of what happened. It was a snub in the face that kind of, because back then it was the 13 and 69. That was your signification on being OMC. You know, you're the 13, which everybody says is marijuana or methamphetamines, motorcycles. They got all kinds of M words. And then 69 was always about sex and you know, that free loving type shit from the 60s.
It is 2022, and that argument hadn't stopped for my whole entire life. You're never gonna get it figured out. But I'm with you though.
But the OMC thing is people need to understand that white side, black side, green, you know, fucking brown, blue, green, whatever fucking color you want to go out there. You know how I feel about that shit. But so the thing is if you ain't down, like if you don't commit from day one as a prospect, you got to be all in. You can't be half-ass in. You can't be on the weekends in. If you're an OMC, just like being a 1% club, like, you know, like you told me about Wise. He's a very wise guy. Everything he said was correct. You better be down, or you know, you're gonna run into some dedicated motherfuckers that are gonna help you get on down the road.
Yeah, that would be wise. That would be wise.
And so, Wise, I had one question for you when you were talking about, you know, little common sense. I put in the little deal there, and you guys are reading from the Instagram. Well, I don't have one of those, you know, that's a little too advanced for me. So could you define what common sense is? A lot of the people don't know what that is anymore. Our generation does, because our parents beat it into it. You know, if there was common sense going around, we wouldn't have 30 pages of fucking bylaws. We wouldn't be having, you know, this brother did this, so yeah, we gotta make a rule out of it. Are you kidding me? It's a one-time situation, you know. We wouldn't have to define in our bylaws, hey, you can't bang your brother's old lady, or you can't steal from your brother. Like, you know, common sense. What does that mean?
Well, I take a stab at it. In part, what you just said earlier, it's the commitment, and it goes back to common sense, respect. Respect and common sense will be like the right hand and the left hand. They go hand in hand, because, you know, as I say, in order to be a brother, you got to teach a brother. Well, how do you teach him? You show him yourself. I'm gonna show you the brother that I want you to be to me, but I'm gonna show you first. So you have no excuse that when your wife or your daughter or something is done inappropriately comes in and it's a fucked up situation, then hey man, hey, my brother's not home, but she says you can come on in and wait. Nah, I'll catch up with him later. See, so
Right.
that goes that respect and common sense, like you said, we got to beat into us. Um, now you're sad because some club bylaws, they're like phone books because they don't have no
Yeah.
common sense and respect. If you bring back the respect, the common sense will kick in. And it's sad because people look at you and they'll say, well, they're 1%er or they're OMC member. But the key to it, the ones of us who really live the lifestyle, we live this lifestyle because we want to be around like-minded people who
Right.
understand that's my brother. And the color of your brother is not the that's not an issue with true men because the respect that he gives you is the same damn respect you're gonna give him. So how can you
Damn
two
right.
fall out about something when you both being respectful? And men own what they do, man. If I cut you off, I cut you off. I apologize for that. And that's the
Right.
part that irritates most. That's why we choose to stay amongst ourselves because it's hard to deal with people who don't have that respect. And when you don't have that respect, I'm gonna make you have that respect, which more than likely is gonna get me into some damn trouble. And then I'm on the front page of the news for being the bad guy when you was the one who came over and was disrespectful. So
Right.
that's the only thing that I can equate it to. I don't know what Bones shot at it, but that's my shot at it,
You
Shane.
know what? I'll tell you something. So actually, Shaggy, I think we was talking last week, and I suggested, I encouraged, I said at some point, a few folks thought I was crazy when I said it, but I said, mothers, I said, if you got a son and you raising him by yourself, I said, buy that kid a motorcycle and get somebody to teach him how to ride it, and you point him at the local MC that's a good club. I said, not just any club. I said, send him to a decent club and let that boy start hanging out. Let him hang out with men who understand things like honor, respect, integrity. And I went on my little rant
Well,
about it.
and even clarify even more, a club that's got some,
Yeah,
an age to them, not just a club
right.
that
You remember? Yeah,
might
this
have a
was
good outward appearance.
right when
Some
we
got
was.
an age to it.
Yep, and we was talking about that, and I heard from some folks that, oh, how would you do that to them kids, and them babies don't need to be around them dirty bikers, and I heard all that, but I heard from more mothers. This is a week ago. I heard from more mothers, and I've been hearing from them over the course of the week. I'm in such and such a town. I'm in Albuquerque. I'm in this town. I'm in such and such. I'm in South America. I'm in Australia. Where do I take my son?
Well, I think you accidentally said a really bad thing up there, man. It'll be a lot of fucking brothers and 1%ers going, look, there's a reason why we're not paying a child support. We don't want to be found. Kids here, I'm out here riding motorcycles, but now you're going to send them motherfuckers over here and they're going to want money. These goddamn women could be sometimes,
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, we do good things for our community, like try to help kids strengthen themselves.
Oh yeah, and I've seen. See, I remember back in the day, and I'm with you, but I remember back in the day, I still see it now. Where you'll see some young cats, because remember the way that these clubs live on, the way that the traditions live on, is that those of us gray bearded motherfuckers out there. Wise got gray beard too, but I think he got Grecian, something like that. But those of us that's been doing this for a minute, our thing is, man, it's our job to look at these young cats, not just in our own individual clubs, whether they're invaders or outcasts or whomever. Our job is to see these young cats coming into this thing, man. Teach them. What's that thing they said in that song? I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Right? That's our thing.
1984.
Yeah. Hey, look,
Yeah.
I said, like, hey, look, but just so you know, I just had a birthday and I did the math because of calculus, the metric system, and algebra, and the new math.
Marine, you can't do math. We already know you can't do math reading. You call a guy
I
from
am,
South Carolina.
I am 32.
South Carolina several times.
I am 32.5 years old according to the metric system. So there. But I think
Marines don't know the metric system. They barely know the standard system. Come on now. You're not bad.
yo,
You're
but
not
I'll
fooling
tell you like
anybody.
this. I'll tell you like this. But so these young cats though, like a lot of times, hey, here you go, Pac, Ice Cold Riders, and in Minot, North Dakota. Man, when I tell you that them guys can't go to the freaking 7-Eleven without somebody's mother bringing some little kid over who's 8 years old, talking about teach them up. You know why? Because they take care of the community so good. They take care of the community
Right.
so good. So these women want to see their sons get down the way that the local MC does. And I'm not saying we
Because
don't
they're
have
around
issues.
real men. Not around
Exactly.
these fucking skinny jeans, fucking man bun wearing, flamers running around thinking they're men.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Men that conduct themselves like men. They understand.
Yeah.
They understand, traditions. And it's just like in the Marine Corps, the Seabees. We all had the same thing. Is you're training when you bring that prospect, you're basically training your replacement.
Yeah.
You're a good brother, so you bring up another good brother because we're not here forever.
Yeah.
When we replaced, we brought guys up to fall in that place and be leaders when we were gone.
Nah, that's it, man.
That's what the whole point is.
And I think that's like the big thing is that, and I think what happens is a lot of folks miss the importance of our whole deal is we say it all the time: take care of the community take care of you. Who's your community? The community is, it might be some homeless folks, it might be some old folks, it might be some regular Joe Blow folks, it might be some woman who's got a kid who got a daddy who ain't worth a damn or no daddy at all, and he needs to, at least in his eyes, he needs to see some grown men doing grown man stuff, bonding with other doggone grown men who got each other's back, who's going to, get down the way we get down. And unfortunately, in a lot of civilian society, it doesn't exist no more. Like you just said, man, you ain't gonna see no skinny jeans and no man buns running around the clubhouse talking about his touchy-feely feelings and everything, and crying about because the fact that he can't pay the mortgage for the past 4 months. Because the way we get it in is, hey, it's expensive to be a 1%. I'm gonna say it like I mean it.
Yeah.
This shit ain't cheap.
Yeah.
It's expensive. We got to take care of home. We got to take care of the kids. We got to take care of the and some brothers take care of the ex-wife, and the kids are still living with her, and a few other things. And don't get it wrong, you also have responsibilities to your club. So man, you don't just have to do it. You got to really do it. You got to step it the hell up. So that's why that's
what separates those that belong here and those that don't, man. The old saying is this lifestyle is not for everybody.
Yeah, think about it.
100% agreed.
Everybody thinks they belong here. No, you fucking don't.
It ain't for everybody. If it was, look, if it was for everybody, it would be real easy, but it's not. Like my brother Wise said a little earlier, man, we got more rules than the damn Constitution, but we get it in, right? We get it in, and I'm telling you, that's why. And y'all heard me say this before. The especially on our side of the fence, well, those of us that wear this jewelry, I forgot I ain't wearing my. Anyway, for those of us that wear this jewelry, you saw me reaching, right? For those of us that wear this jewelry, that's usually right over here. For those of us that wear that jewelry, man, this is the place where men are men and women are damn glad about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Am I lying? Hey,
exactly right.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Just saying.
And we're just as expensive as the real one.
But yeah, for real, man.
I'll let you guys go and let you go on with the show. But the OMC thing is something that people really need to understand what that is really all about and how it all come about. And then the fact of the matter is, if you want your club to be quality people, have quality sponsors, and as far as white, black, blue, green, whatever club it is, communication is a key thing to your area being, safe, and everybody's looking at the bikers like they need to be looked at, and the clubbers like they need to be looked at. And it gives me less to do at the COC level, it gives you less to do at the COC level, Bone.
Yeah,
and, we can go do what we do, which is fly our colors, love our brothers unconditionally, and ride our motorcycles, man, and enjoy our freedom.
Right on.
You know, people need to understand that and quit overcomplicating something so fucking simple.
Oh, I'll tell you real quick. Frost, the Sergeant Arms for Street Nights MC in North Carolina, wanted me to give a shout out to Uncle Shaggy and to Wise. He watches us every week, and he's definitely a friend of the show. He's one of those boneheads that we talk about. He's been down with me for a while. So Frost, good looking, man. I appreciate your support and all your backup. And Shaggy, bro, you already know. Look, hurry up and get your ass to Florida so we can go and do some drinking and stuff. Wise said CBs ain't shit and they can't hold their liquor. It's what I think that's what Wise has said.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well,
You got to do some research.
Every jealous Marine says that because we get them drunk, take their women, and send their children to orphanages, and then we take their weapons and all their equipment, and they wake up the next morning with puke all around them, and they're wondering why they don't have any arms.
Hey, you know what?
Now you know.
Look, you know about Norfolk, Virginia, right?
Very well.
Okay, so
I hate that place.
you know, yes, you do. I know you do. You know what the CB? Wait, Wise. You know what the CBs call Norfolk, Virginia when the Marines come to town?
What's
they
that?
Don't call it Norfolk. They call it no fuck because we ain't getting none when the Marines get here. That's just the thing. I'm just saying.
Well, the truth of that is they're already wore out for you guys, so we make it simple. So you guys come back from deployment with their per diem check, so at least somebody spent some money on it.
All right on. Okay, touche.
Y'all be good, man.
All right, thanks, Shaggy.
Guys, fucking, it's all about what's best for our community.
Right on, man.
Right.
Hey,
right.
Uncle Shaggy, good looking, man. It's good to hear from you as always.
Later, my bro.
All right now. Yeah, Shaggy's all right. We actually had a call that we missed a call. Let me see if I can see who that was. Somebody called us a second ago that said something. Oh, wait a minute. God damn it. Hold on, I'm messing up. Nope. Oh, I hit the wrong button. And technology again. God damn it. Okay, hold on. I did it wrong. Hey, so apparently technology is not my strong suit. I told you I got a bunch of buttons here, man. I got a bunch of buttons. Anyway. Let me see. Was it the thing? All right. Anyway, I ain't gonna worry about that. But in the meantime, so we've been on here for about an hour and looks like about an hour and 15 minutes. And brother, we could do this all night. There's a lot of stuff we could talk about. And I feel like we just scratched the surface a little something. But if I could take this opportunity before I move, dog, and my dog harassed me. Sasha, you know that dog. Anyway, I want to take this opportunity to first of all say thank you for spending some time with us here at the Big BoneYard, man. And I know you being on here has been a great benefit to a lot of the folks that was tuning in. Was concerned. They had questions, and somebody who I highly respect, which is you, and I've been talking about you forever. And so now folks actually can quit calling me a liar, saying, there is no such person. And you just making that up. There's nobody named Wise. Oh, stand by. Hold on. We got a call. Wait, stand by. Hang out with us for a minute. Hey, thank you for calling the Big BoneYard. And I bet you this is Pablo.
Hey, what up, Big Bone?
What's up, man? I think I missed your call earlier. I tried to call you back, but I don't know how these buttons work. So anyway, welcome to the Big BoneYard.
This might have been just one of them hit and miss calls.
That's all right. Well, I will tell you this, man. So we love and appreciate you for supporting the show and for being good with our club, man. Definitely, it was great seeing you the other night. And the gifts, fantastic. Your big brother Wise is on the phone on the show right now, man. And we was talking about you a little earlier. He said you was funny looking. I don't know why he said that, but I don't know where that comes from. But no, I'm just kidding, man. Yo, man, but real talk.
Hey,
man.
I hear you with the sound effects, man. That's good.
I'm gonna learn what I got like 75 buttons, and I only know what 3 of them do. I'm scared. I feel like I feel like I'm going to launch a satellite if I push the wrong button. So
Right.
it's very, very fancy.
Listen, man. Hey, Big Bone, we appreciate, it takes a lot to start a YouTube channel, and get it going. You got a lot of support out there, man. So keep up the good job. Big Bro Wise, man, appreciate you coming on the show today. I'm going to try to get this look better. It won't be with makeup, but I'm going to try to get it, looking better out there. But
Right
yeah,
on,
Big
brother.
Bone. Yeah, man. Anything you need from my side, you already know how that goes.
And that's what's up,
We
brother.
just appreciate you, dropping the knowledge that you do, because a lot of times there are some clubs out there that they're scared to ask the question.
Yeah.
And they ask the wrong person the question, and they go about things the wrong way.
Yeah.
And they go out there and they screw the pooch, and it can't be unscrewed, so, and they get in a situation where, it might not be good for them. So the great thing about it is that, like me and you discussed, is that if they didn't get to watch the show because they're busy or whatever, they can come back and watch it. Folks out there, if you're on here, share the link, get it out there, because this is good for the community itself.
Man, bro, I don't even got the words, man. That's it. What he said. Yo, hold on. If I could type in like what Pablo just said. Yo, that's good looking, man. That's good looking, man. I appreciate it. Big time.
All right, brother. We'll see you around, man.
All right, brother. Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah. Take care, wife.
Yes, sir. You do the same.
But yeah, man, I just feel like, but I was back to let me kiss your ass a little bit more. No, but look, real talk. So y'all know, so Wise, real person, proved it. He right there. Y'all can see him. So oh, wait a minute. But wait, there's more. Oh, here we go. Stand by. All right, Wise, hang out for a minute.
Hey, I ain't got no place to go.
Hey, thank you for calling the Big BoneYard. You are on with Big Bone 1%er and Wise 1%er. How can we help you tonight? And thank you for calling.
How you doing there, brother? It's Caveman.
Oh, hey, what's up, man?
Well, not much. Been a while. Been a day.
Right on. Shit. Wait, are you in Florida or Arizona right now? Are you in Florida or are you in Arizona?
No, I'm still in Florida.
All right, I'll give you a hard time. I got to give you a hard time about that.
Well, we all have a maggot.
Right on.
One thing I wanted to, I appreciate your show. I think you're doing awesome with your show.
And thank you very much.
But one of the first tenets that needs to be taught is a simple saying that I'll take care of me for you, and you take care of you for me.
Right on.
In other words, don't be a problem for everybody.
Right on.
And I think that's one of the main first tenets that needs to be taught is, well, you're in a club has certain rules and lifestyles, but you need to not be a problem. And most pass holders know that.
Yeah, facts. No, I mean, I think I get you, man. And look, Caveman, you kind of hit the nail on the head when we talk about a lot. We talk about brotherhood. In fact, me and Wise have this conversation more hours than I know how to count, right?
Right.
And because we got a big double dose of this brotherhood thing, because we're both Marines, we're both in our club, we both ride these motorcycles. We both, you can almost cookie cutter the thing. It's like, we fit into the same damn boxes on so many different levels. So when we talk about brotherhood, we understand it amongst each other. So we also identify when we see what it don't look like. When we see something that don't look like brotherhood. Wise told me a thing, and I said this, man, and the crowd went wild. I brought it up a few times. I said, my brother Wise says, and I said this a lot. I said, my brother Wise says is that if you walk into a crowded clubhouse with 150 people in there, and my brother says, hey, I need you, I know the sound of his voice. I know the sound of his voice. Over 150 folks, I know what he sounds like, because that's my brother. He says, Wise say, here I go. So more of my Wise-isms. And y'all, for those of y'all to watch this show, y'all are like, yeah, I know what you're going to say. But my brother Wise goes, brotherhood is when you want more, just as much or more for your brother as you do for yourself, and you're happy when he gets it. Yeah, and if you're lucky, he feels the same way. That's what brotherhood is, right? And
Exactly.
But you know, we all, unfortunately, it's all these you know, sometimes it's a new cat, sometimes it's been a dude that's been around for a minute. But it's some folks who, you know, do this plotting and planning and all this kind of stuff, and you know, against them, that ain't brotherhood.
That
It's
ain't
not.
brotherhood.
You know, but
No, and they also get a bad case of patritis, which we all know about that too.
Yeah. Oh, don't look. We don't got that much time, so we ain't gonna delve into that.
Well, that's why I said. That's why I said the first tenant is to teach. You know, the first thing it should be taught, and anybody that comes around the set or the life is look, don't be a problem. Be there for your brother, but don't make it so I have to step out of line for you.
Right on. Caveman, brother, we appreciate hearing from you, man. As always, I'm hoping I'm going to see you out there on the set riding on the motorcycles. But I know I am, so, you know, there ain't no thing.
Hell yeah,
But
you
bro,
will. I'll be back out again.
Right on,
I
man.
admit I've been a hermit lately.
That's what's up,
And
man.
I'll send you some new stories when I have a chance.
Man, please do, man. I'm looking forward to it. All right, brother. Thank you for calling, brother. Wise, I swear, I keep trying to get rid of you, but
hey,
you know,
like I said, I'm fine with it, brother.
All right, so let's see here.
Part of the life, right?
right on. Folks are still they sending a lot of messages, a lot. Not even a bad thing. I don't know why people like you. I mean, I don't, but you know, apparently he's. Okay. Oh shoot. Okay. Rosa said, "Hold on." Rosa. Hey, Rosa, what's up? Rosa just said said to say, "Hey, what's up?" The doggone wise 1% and big bone 1%er is. It's a lot of folks talking. Man, look, all of y'all that are getting at us, I appreciate it. We love y'all. We appreciate the support that y'all giving us. Hold on. ML says Mafia Gangsters were the real OGs and they didn't ride. Okay. Well, ML, fuck you. How about that? There you go. How about that? I never liked you and your mother looks funny. You know, so bring that bullshit somewhere else.
Yeah. Somewhere else to serve.
Yeah, what the hell? Mafia Gangsters were blah, blah, blah. I don't even know who the hell that is. Oh, wait. Well, maybe I might have got carried away. He's saying howdy to folks. I don't know. Anyway, but anyway, we ain't talking about mafia, you know, because motorcycle clubs are not gangs. Motorcycle clubs are clubs. So, you know, I appreciate your support if you want to support us. But I ain't trying to get in no argument with you. Two-time from the mighty, mighty Outcast Nation. Brother, it's good to see you, brother. It's always good to see you. Look, so stop playing around. I need to get at you because we're going to have two-time on here sometime soon. That's one of my, that's our brother from another mother or a brother from another chapter. How, you know what I mean, damn it. But anyway, I'll tell you what, I'm going to shut the hell up and I'm going to wrap up. But Wise, like I was trying to do a minute ago, brother, I don't have the words to tell you. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy life because I know you got stuff going on in your life. And we appreciate it in a big way. You took time out to talk to us and to educate some folks. And folks will, you know, definitely want to hear what you had to say. And again, he's real. I told y'all. You know? And to wrap up, let me look. I'm going to look here right quick and see, make sure I covered everything. So some quick thank yous. Fran Hash, we love you, Fran. We love everything that you and your crew do for the motorcycle community and for this show. Myron and Phoenix, this wine is fire. Freaking wonderful. You see me drinking it all night. So that's all kinds of good. And Thunder Tavern, we're doing the COC Bike Night. Again, COC Bike Night is going to be on this upcoming Thursday at 7 p.m. That's in Newport Richey, Florida. If y'all are in town, slide on through. But wait, there's more. I got a little fancy gadget thing that I'm going to do if I can get the little thing to work right. Trying to let me see if I can do this thing. I'm going to push the button there. Push the button there. And let me see if this thing will work right. All right, check this out. So this is the part where we're going to say goodbye and good night if I can get it. Oh, shit.
Welcome to the Big BoneYard. Enter naturally risk.
I kind of like that. Hey, but listen, thank you everybody for all of y'all that spent time with us tonight. We appreciate it very much. Wise, I love you, brother.
Love you, bro.
Hey, if you get a minute, let's do it again.
Oh,
Let's do it again.
it'd be a pleasure. It'd be all my pleasure.
Right on, brother. And hey, Revenge, thanks for helping out with the technical difficulties. So let her know we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
If I missed anybody, if I didn't get a chance to shout you out properly, please forgive me. It's not because blame it on my head, not on my heart, because I'm still playing catch up. But hey, love y'all. Peace out. Love and respect to everybody, except for those ones that we don't love and respect.
Yeah, that's right.
I know who they is. All right, brother. Have a great night, brother.
Later, brother.